All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. It is great to see everyone up in the side chat already popping off. And big shout out to Chico Wise. He's out there. He did a live stream earlier, man. We appreciate that very, very much. Very awesome of you. And before we
No
get
homo.
started in our usual fashion, I would like to take a moment and do a moment of silence for all those that have fallen and in memory of Memorial Day and those that have served and paid the ultimate sacrifice for us. So if you guys would, let's just take a moment of silence. All right, excellent. Thank you guys. Appreciate that very much. And with that being said, Alan, would you like to start us off in true fashion?
Yes, in absolute true fashion.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good, very good. Man, it's hopping out there in the side chat. According to YouTube, we have a few participants. Let's see, YouTube auditor, eat a bowl of dicks. Bald and Curious, Broke Loader, Chico Wise, Gun Loving Grandpa, Jer Bear Tactical. We've got Primal Wanderer out there, William Nah, Phil M. Rivers here in the room, Mario Mosen here in the room. I mean, the participants list is one thing. SKS Hugo jumping in out there. I honestly don't think that's everybody that's on the list. Andy 79Z28 also commenting out there. Gorillas and Guns jumping in. Smile Money. The one, the only Viborg out there. Jerry Park, Papa's Place jumping in out there as well. Fuzz Fork, if you want to know true news, watch Fuzz Fork. Edward Petty jumping in out there. Man, it's good to see everybody jumping in out there. Figured half of y'all be drunk by now.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. And we'll get started with Phil. We haven't seen Phil in quite some time. It's awesome to see you, brother. How you been?
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the invite. I've been good. Been surviving through this crap. Been working the whole time, so I've been busy.
Working like a Mexican shit.
Yeah, and the ranges have been closed, so no fun there. So they're finally starting to open with some seriously screwed up rules. Got to wear a mask to go shooting. I don't get it, and I won't do it. So, but
You
thanks
gotta
for having
look like
me.
a bandito.
Yeah, it's almost like they're encouraging the crime rate to go up. It's definitely crazy. Kingpin, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good, man. Thanks for the invite. We've got to wear a mask. Our ranges are back open now too, and we have to wear a mask when we're shooting. And inside the shooting areas, like if you're out in the parking lot, you don't have to have one on. And the guys, it's a county-run facility, and the county's monitoring and have warned them every single week. If we catch you not socially distancing or not wearing a mask, we're going to shut you down. And this is a rinky-dinky little range, and they've got that to worry about. Anyway, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Good to see everybody tonight.
Absolutely, man. All good to have you on. Then we got the Battle Bean himself. What is up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Well, just trying to stay sane. Memorial Day it's a tough day for me, guys, because and this year it falls on May 25th. May 25th, 2004. I lost a really good soldier. His name is Daniel Unger. I was having my heart, and let's not forget all those great people that did so many great things for everybody to have their 9 to 5. It's good that a lot of you guys are doing this as a get-togethers, and getting together with the family and enjoying some time off, which is always great. But for the record, there's nothing happy about Memorial Day. It's a day of remembrance, and it's a day of mourning because we lost so many great people that have helped built this great nation of ours. So, with that being said, that's all I have. Thank you guys for having me here.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I know it's a tough weekend for you. And it's one reason I wanted to have you on, so you can spend some time with some friends and hang out and hopefully relax a little bit. Jamie, good to see you, brother.
Thanks for having me, guys. And I just want to reiterate what Mario said. I think too many times we look at Memorial Day as a free day off and let's barbecue and sear some dead cow flesh, whatever. We need to take a minute and remember what Memorial Day is really about. And I thank everybody that served, but I really thank those that gave the last full measure of devotion for our country. So enjoy your Memorial Day, guys. Good to see Phil. Hadn't seen him in a minute. And always good to see the rest of you guys. And looks like we got a good crowd out in the side chat too, man.
Yeah, it's rocking and rolling, dude. We got a few we haven't seen in a while. We got Clover Attack out there. Gary's out there. Got a lot of people we haven't seen for a little bit, but it's cool to see them. It's good to hope they're doing well. So, Jamie, you got any loading done this week?
No, I have not. I had to go and help a buddy of mine mount a scope on his rifle, and I'm hoping he's going to come to Dead Zero with us. He's got a custom-made bolt-action rifle in .308, and he's got like well over $2,000 in this gun, and it is absolutely it's a Remington 700 receiver. Got a custom barrel, and of course it's all fitted and blueprinted and all that stuff. So I was honored with helping him mount a scope on it today. So
Awesome.
I do need to do a video. Actually, I need to do several, but
Thank you, Bo.
Yeah, it's always good when you can help someone out, man.
it is.
I've got one of those Remington 700s just out of the box, and it's by far, mine's only in 223, but by far, right out of the box, the most accurate weapon I own.
Yeah, the 700 is a really good
There's a
tree.
reason why it's been in service with the military for so many years. Well, not anymore, but it was for quite some time.
All right now, to answer your question there, Dead Zero, we're going to call him this week. I talked to Scott today, and we're going to get a hold of him this week. The restrictions for Tennessee are supposed to be opening up where the number of people can be increased quite a bit. So it should, in theory, be able to open up again this coming week. So we will find out when we can get it scheduled for, when everyone can make it. And as soon as we do, we'll get a date out there.
Well, if I have any say so, it will not be 4th of July weekend. It's hot as all Hades down here, man. It was over 90 degrees today with 95% humidity. Man, it's hot. It got summertime in Georgia in a hurry, y'all.
Yeah, it got pretty hot out this way today. I was washing the truck, man, and I was sweating my butt off.
For us, tomorrow starts in the hundreds for about 3 or 4 days. So, yeah, it gets pretty stupid over here.
Yeah.
But I did get a new patio built. It's more gooder.
Did you hire a bunch of Mexicans or did you do it yourself?
Yeah, but these are bougie legal Mexicans. You know, there's a difference, bro. That's how you have to do it. You know, these guys come, they're kind of like me, like, oh my God, this is so nice. We can do it like this. You know, they don't charge beer, they charge extra money. So, yeah, difference, bro. It's a difference. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good to go. Yeah, it's good to go. They got to finish some things tomorrow. They're actually going to come work on Memorial Day. I'm like, go for it, homie. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they just got to finish the lighting on there, and it'll be good to go. It covers the whole back of my house, so I'm very happy. It's that nice aluminum siding, whatever you call that thing. It's really nice. So, yeah, it's gonna make the house look good. So, as long as the wife's happy, okay, I'll be happy too.
Yeah, that's all that really matters, man. If the wife's happy, you're good. You're good. Man, it makes life so much simpler when you have one of those that they're happy. I've had a couple of them. Not any of them weren't happy, so I left, and now they're good.
You know what? I love you, white people, but you guys get married way too many fucking times. Like some of you guys get married 3 or 4 fucking times. Like, dude, after the first one, you should have quit because you actually suck at that. You know what I'm saying?
How many years
I get married 3 or 4 times? Like, dude, you ain't gonna have shit by the time you're done. You know?
I didn't have shit to begin with, but so no. This weekend was supposed to be weekend of improvements on the pistol range for me, and so it started out with going down to the home improvement store and picking up a shitload of railroad ties, and I got that out to the range, and it'd been raining for a couple of days. It's planned on raining all week. I literally just had to get up and shut the windows because my modem was getting wet. It's dumping rain at the moment.
Oh yeah,
it was
modem's getting wet.
It was so.
It sounds like
soupy. It was so soupy down at the pistol range. There was no way I was going to start.
It was soupy.
The wall out. I'm tearing down a big chunk of my. I have just this hillside that I've been shooting into, and I'm tearing a bunch of that out. And I'm going to build a retainer wall out of railroad ties.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but this is disturbing as shit. Can you imagine Bald being fucking gay, dude? He'll look just like those dudes from fucking like Police Academy and the Blue Oyster Bar, you know, and I have like the all leather with the leather hat, you know, and talking about
nice.
Oh, I just pictured that, dude, because you know he's so fucking white that like that motherfucker's so white he's albino and shit, you know. I could just see that him with his albino shit with his leather stuff. Yeah, that's sexy right there. I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean to cut you off. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I mean, that's an image all of us didn't really need. Thanks a lot, Mario.
Yeah, so glad he painted it in such a detailed fashion as well.
Yeah, it's like he's already thought this out and exactly, you know, the positions that he would stand in and everything.
There's the picture you don't want in your head.
Just horrible, man. Just freaking horrible. All I can say is I'm glad I'm drinking.
Yeah, and you know, you just be standing there in those assless leather chaps with that biker beanie going.
Yes.
Going. Grand power.
For everyone watching, I'm sorry.
So they're probably not watching anymore. The internet probably broke.
Yeah, they just ran away.
The-
I don't blame them.
like I'm telling you, like half of the fucking panel and half of the side chat are gonna go watch that fucking movie, and then they're gonna laugh their ass off because they'll see like, dude, that's fucking bald.
His
Oh my God.
comment did sound like he was looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, he's in New York. It fits, you know. Just saying.
I like him a lot, but I don't
No,
like it.
I like bald too. I mean, I give him a hard time, but I give him a hard time because I like him. If I didn't,
Jerry says it right there, man.
stop it! Oh my God, stop it! You stop it!
Oh, stop.
So right at the moment,
Stop it!
sitting over there is one of the sons doing doing some depriming and resizing work.
Dude,
There you go, permanent work.
dude, that looks like you got child labor over there, man. What's up with that shit? Damn, that boy's a slave driver. They primed that shit, boy.
Sweatshop, man. Sweatshop.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Damn, man, you got a sweatshop going on over there in Iowa.
Yep, absolutely. You know, it's hard taking them primers out of that military brass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I gave you a bunch of military brass.
Yeah, but when you did, you told me don't use CCI primers. Was that because you tried using CCI primers?
No, I noticed that for military brass, and it might be just me, or maybe because I'm still kind of learning, you know. But I noticed that with the Winchester, I didn't have that problem with the. I mean, obviously you did crimp it and all that, but I don't know if for some reason CCI is maybe a little larger dimension, maybe just hundreds. You know, I don't know. But I know Winchester was perfect for that stuff. But you know, it might be that I didn't do it right. You know. Yeah, dude, you did take it kind of far with the assless chaps there, man. I was like, whoa.
I didn't
even go there, bro.
I didn't go into what color or what type of stitching
Dude, come on.
or anything. I mean, I could have elaborated even more. I mean,
does it have a leather thong? That's what I want to know.
I'm gonna have to start doing something
Welcome
stronger.
to the shit show.
JH is like, fuck this. I don't want to be part of this shit no more.
Oh my God! Wow. We're off to a great start.
So, Phil, other than slaving away like myself, I too am considered essential. So I haven't slowed down in work at all. Other than slaving away, what you been up to, guy?
Not much. Trying to get stuff ready for summer. Damn yard has to be cut every week now, and I hate cutting grass. And it's just, it's the usual crap. So, wife's always got something for me to do. So, it's one of those things, try to keep the wife happy and keep going on. So that's why I didn't have anything to do for a little bit, and because she's not here right now. So that'll change in a few moments.
Shit. No, it's okay. I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she ain't here. I'm the man.
Yeah, it's right. I'm the man.
Yeah,
So,
she gets back, she can crack that whip.
Yeah, she'll be back soon, so I can't stay long, but I just wanted to stop in and say, hey, because I haven't seen anybody for a while, so been kind of quiet. And like I said, I haven't been able to get to the range.
If you're feeling a little out of place, we can give you some kind of task to do around the house.
Mm-hmm.
No, I already did that. I already did the laundry today. I'm good.
So since we haven't seen you for a while, have you bought anything new?
Just the last video I did was on that the Springfield, the Hellcat, and I haven't gotten to shoot it yet because I bought it actually during the shutdown or the whatever, and I bought it outside. I couldn't go in the gun store. They had a place outside in the foyer where they had a table set up. You filled out the paperwork, and then you left it on the table. They came out, grabbed it, took it in, checked it, did your background check and everything, and then called you in about a half an hour and said, "Hey, we're coming out with your gun." So you had to be in the parking lot, and you meet them in the parking lot, get the gun, and go from there. I was like, that's just crazy. But and then they closed down all the ranges, so I couldn't go shooting. I've been like, you're killing me, guys. You're killing me.
Edward Petty has a question out there, Scotsman, if you want to highlight that. I'm having problems with large pistol CCI primers in my Dillon 650. They're getting stuck in the primer feed tube. Anyone else have that problem? I'll tell you right now, if you contact Dillon and tell them, they will send you another one. Virtually no questions asked. I'm already having problems a little bit with primers just in the Square Deal B, where my primer bar just is not moving the way it should. And so I don't know, I may end up having to contact them about that.
Excuse me, Mr. Bougie Reloaders, with your Dillon. Some of us Leaf folks that get offended here. Just saying.
You'll be in a blue press before you know it. Quit your crying.
No, I can't afford that shit, man. I wish.
I've actually had a small pistol primer get stuck before too, so it happens. My biggest issue I have in mine every now and then is primers flipping, but I don't know what the deal is with that. I think it's somewhere to do with the spring or the timing. Something's off somewhere.
So what's the most effective way to get a primer? Like once it's flipped and you got it inside, like how do you get it back out? Or is it?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's
with the 650s, if you can catch it in time, which you should be able to catch it by the feel of the press, you'll notice right off the bat that it's too hard and won't go anywhere. You really have to force it to go. So you gain a feel for the press. And if you can catch it, just take that piece of brass out, raise it up a little bit, and that'll give you enough room to flip that primer back over, and then drop back down, put a piece of brass back in, and prime it. But it happens. I mean, I probably every time I use it, I probably have a dozen or so flip on me.
Yeah, I've had a couple of like flipped primers. In cases, still feels like it's going in. But yeah, if it actually gets stuck either in your priming tube or in your filler, what Dillon says is flood it with WD-40 and throw it away and call them. And just tell them it got stuck in the tube.
What kind of shit is that? I mean, throw it.
You want to talk? You want to talk about being proud? Kids over there depriming 9mm right now, and that is not a 9mm. That's a 380, and he caught it. He went to go pull it out of the bucket and went, that doesn't feel right. And started looking at it and brought it over and says, this ain't right.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
You are running a sweatshop, ain't you? If you have him depriming to the point he can feel that difference, yeah, you're running a sweatshop, Alan. Don't be ashamed of yourself, man.
That's right. And you know it's factual because he's getting red as hell too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, everything hits the fan. I'm gonna need the ammunition, and I'm gonna be out.
That did this shit. Now you got white people doing it. Crazy.
I'll have to be out in full kit. Somebody's gonna have to be here making my ammo for me.
Man, look at you. Put your
plan in motion, man. Get the plan in motion.
Gorilla and Guns, what kind of press do you have? I know we've had this conversation before, but you said you finally got the timing fixed. And what kind of bullets are you looking for so you can get started loading? CB, we know you don't really mean that. And Fuzz, not only is Daniel smart enough not to have a blue machine, he was smart enough not to show up in here tonight. So there you go.
I took a spot. He can come in after I leave here.
Maybe he'll be.
I can tell you what Daniel is doing. Daniel's doing exactly what Phil's going to be doing here shortly. Taking care of the missus. Guarantee it.
Yeah, got to do that. That comes first.
Well, Gorillas and Guns, I can tell you, if you ever have any questions about that particular press, call old Willie Bullet Man. He absolutely loves his Pro 1000.
Well, it doesn't take much to get him happy.
Nope, not at all. And Pop-Up Lace, I have seen that quite a bit, actually. I forget the brand of brass. I'd have to look. I'd have to go look, dig one out. But I have seen it before, quite a bit.
That will break a decap and pin.
Yep, I broke two. I actually broke two, and it took me a little bit to figure it out what was going on because 9mm, and then I figured out exactly what it was with the primers. But yeah, it's the first time I'd seen it as well a while back, but I've had quite a lot. I gotta try to remember what brand of ammo it is that the brass is like that.
So it's a particular manufacturer, or are they just really hard primers, or what's the deal?
Yeah, some manufacturers use them. Generally, you'll find it more in rifle brass, but they're a lot harder to primer. And usually it's kind of like almost like military brass where it has a crimp and stuff on it. So it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I've been trying to. I actually mixed up my own case lube this week, and man, what a difference! What an absolute difference! I honestly wasn't even using a case lube. I'm doing pistol stuff.
Did you get that stuff from Adam and Eve? Because you can't use that for that, dude. Just saying.
No, I didn't use our supply. It's okay. Don't worry. I got plenty. But no, I used the pure liquid lanolin and isopropyl alcohol.
Did you say,
No, you're hearing what you want to hear, brother. It's okay. I get it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
He's still thinking about bald.
Dang.
Freaking bold.
So when you guys are like, obviously the case lube that you would buy on the shelf is already going to be, I guess, fire retardant. Do you have to watch out for, because you were saying you use alcohol and lanolin?
Yeah, isopropyl alcohol, high content, high percentage isopropyl alcohol, and it's about 1 to 8 or something. JH, how do you mix it?
I mix it 10 to 1, and I get the highest percentage alcohol I can get, like 99, 95%. I tell you what you can use is heat. That additive that you add to your gas in the wintertime so your fuel lines don't freeze up, that stuff's all alcohol, no water at all in that. And yeah, it works really good, man. So how are you getting by without using any lube? You got carbide size and dies?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I immediately went to carbide just from the get go. From the get go, I wasn't even going to take a chance on anything else. So I was using carbide dies, but now everything just moves smoother.
Yeah.
Now, after you load, is anybody like tumbling in media after they load before they use those actually for running rounds?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of us. Are you talking about cleaning brass?
Yeah.
I do.
I mean,
I
I
put 'em-
know. Myself and Scotsman, we still do the. What do they call that thing, dude? Help me out here.
Sonic cleaner, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. See, thank you, trusty sidekick. Yeah, uh, yeah, we use that, and we put a little bit of Dawn and the Hornady stuff that they sell, and it works good for me. What I do is I do them in small batches, and I take my time. I usually go about maybe an hour. I do 30, and then I rinse them a little bit, and then I put them back in the same solution, and I've been able to get good results. I noticed that with the tumbling media, it actually cleans them a lot better, especially with the rifle. So I mean, if you're gonna start doing a lot of rifle, maybe that's a good way to do it. I was really looking at the Frankfurt Arsenal one, the platinum one, because I saw Chico had one that's the cheaper version, and I guess it's better just to spend a little more money. So yeah, that's the one that I was thinking about getting, is that one. But I noticed with the platinum version, you need to put a lot of brass in order for it to work. Am I right or no?
Yeah.
No, for wet tumbling, that's what I'm using. I'm using a Frankfurt Arsenal. I was talking about after you load. So some guys will actually tumble in a dry media after they've loaded.
No.
I don't mean to cut anyone off, but this is disturbing. And Kingpin, you're disturbing me, man. What the fuck?
See, I told you, man. I told you.
Is that a family photo or?
I think he found a family photo of Bo.
Hey, research. Got to do the research.
Kingpin's the man at research, but no way should you put a loaded round in a vibratory tumbler. Absolutely not. What I'll do is I'll put it in a vibratory tumbler after I have sized them and sprayed them down, or I'll just take some of that alcohol and wipe the cases down and get the lube off of it, get that lanolin off of them with a microfiber cloth. You can do that, but yeah, CB, I use the red heat but that's just what I had. Just read the ingredients, and somebody said they use 90%, and it works well too. And I have used that too. It just takes a minute for it to evaporate.
Now, when you say the term live round, are you talking about a powdered projectile inserted everything live round? Or are you talking about as soon as the primer goes in, it's considered a live round?
To me, a live round is a fully loaded round ready to put in the gun and shoot. What you're talking about, to me, is a primed case.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Hey, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thanks for having me, Scotsman. I appreciate it.
Oh, she's
Absolutely,
coming.
man. Always good to see you. Glad you can make
Yeah.
it.
She's snapping the whip, so I'm gonna get going here. I got to go build a fire so we can have a little cookout tonight.
I'll make some s'mores.
Exactly. So
Have a good one.
good hanging out with you guys. I appreciate it. Good seeing everybody in the side chat. But yeah, I had fun, and I'll talk to you guys again. And take care, you guys.
Yeah,
All right.
awesome to see you, Phil. Man, glad you're doing good.
Take care, buddy.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, I've actually seen videos, a lot of videos, and I'm like going, that just doesn't seem right to me. Why would anybody be tumbling their loaded brass afterwards?
Yeah, what's the name of that sonic cleaner that we got, Scotsman? It's that
That's the Hornady. I use the Hornady, and you have, hell, I forget what you have. I ordered it on Amazon.
Mine is made in China, but it's good. It's more gooder. It works.
I use the Hornady though, and it works good. I just wish it was bigger, but the bigger one just costs so much fucking money. It's like $400 for the large one.
Well, the Frankfurt Arsenal tumbler, I got the low model. All it is an on and off switch. It doesn't have a dial on it where you can set it for X amount of time or whatever.
That's the one that Chico has. You might want to watch his video because he did a really good video because he found some flaws with that cleaner. And you know, if you guys are really thinking about getting one of those, I would tell you to go with the platinum version because the platinum version has got it's got the rubber seal inside, so it doesn't that way the brass can move more freely in there, where it's not just stuck in one place, and you're not getting the effect of it.
Yeah, well, the platinum is what I'm running. Actually, I'm running the platinum tumbler, the platinum dryer, and the platinum separator.
Man, excuse me, Mr. Platinum.
And with the C-Max tumbling pins.
Oh.
So I've still got pins that belong to C-Max, and they are continuing the fight against grunge on my brass.
Outstanding.
I was surprised at what they charge for those stainless steel media tumbler pins. They don't give them things away.
No, they don't. Actually, if you get the platinum one for like the Frankfurt Arsenal, they already come with it. That's part of the kit. It comes with those steel pins, and it comes with the insulated drum.
Well, and I've even seen they come with like their cleaner for Tide Pods and stuff. And there's so many things that are almost gimmicky, I think, in the market. The fact of the matter is like the brass tumbler. Not, clearly I'm digging it, but all it is a food dehydrator. You can get yourself a generic food dehydrator and use it. It's the same exact thing.
Or a fan, not that fucking.
And even for as tumbling media, you can go out and get a name brand tumbling media, and you'll get £1.5 pounds, 2 pounds for $25.
Chico,
but if you go to a garden supply store, you can get ground up walnut in the 50-pound bag for almost the same price.
Yeah, actually, you know what? From looking at how people do it and the results that people get from dry media, to me it doesn't it's not something that attracts me to want to do, But I mean, to each his own.
We did have a question up there for Jamie, and I know Jamie just picked that up. So go ahead, man.
I used the Harbor Freight, and I bought the twin tube thing, and then I made this, and it's just a 4-inch piece of PVC tube and a block at the end, just the stopper, and then the high pressure on the end. And I've made a couple of these. I made Willie one. I made one for Jesse B Outdoors, I think it was. Somebody, I can't remember now.
So where do you put it at? Or you just use it just to tumble?
I use it in my Harbor Freight.
Oh, it fits in there.
Tumbler.
Oh, okay. Instead of having those two little cylinders, you just have one big one.
Well, correct? I still have the two black cylinders that come with it, and they're rubber. They're really nice. But one thing, if you're going to make this, you're going to have to put something in there to make it tumble.
Oh, I see. So you cut the PVC pipes and you put them in there,
or else it'll just slide around the bottom. Right. So
that's pretty good right there. And that costs you what? $10? No, $11 at Home Depot. I think the most expensive thing was a cap.
Yeah, that's $4 or $5 for the cap, and then you get I think it's a 2-foot piece of that 4-inch pipe for.
And they already sell them like in small pieces. I can tell you because I used to work at the Home Depot. I used to work in the plumbing section, and we sell them. We sell like a 6-foot piece. So
What you did at Home Depot, they called work?
oh shit, man, that sucks.
You know, I was gonna say,
honestly, when I was
building and not outside the building, like most other.
no. You know what? When I was in E5 and Beard AC, what's up, brother? How you doing? But when I was in rank, because the more rank you get, the more money you make, right? But when I was in E5, like Buck Sergeant, I wasn't making a lot of money, man. So I did that on the side. I closed the store every night. I mean, dude, if you really got to take care of your family, you do what you got to do. I know technically I wasn't supposed to do it, but I was like, I got to feed my family, man. And what you're giving me is not enough. So yeah.
Mario was the Mexican plumber, which I'm not quite sure what to call that.
Yeah. So
Baldwin Curious might know because he's going that way, so he might know.
But anyways, let's welcome the bearded Navy dude, and he's got that Raleigh fingers, mustache going on there. I really like that. That's more gooder. And did you put what'd you do to your beard? You got like 2 colors going on there, buddy.
It's been a rough past couple of years, so it just decided to go ahead and start turning gray on me a little premature. So
let me ask you this: do you put
mayonnaise?
Yeah. Do you put juices and berries to keep it nice and soft?
Nah, every once in a while I'll put some beard balm on it. There's a guy here in town who's a disabled Army guy. He made up his own beard recipe. He makes the beard balm, so I use that every once in a while.
Man, I thought you maybe put some Soul Glow on that shit. So let it shine through. Soul Glow.
Nah, there's no stains on my shirt, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's the norm on that one.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. Good to see you, man. I really appreciate you calling me today too. By the way, thank you very much.
Hey, not a problem.
Let me give y'all a hint about these things, though.
Yes, sir.
If you want to buy the Frankfurt Arsenal, and you can get the 2-drum one. They call it a rock polisher. You can get that for like $50, and then you can make this for another $15, I guess. But if you're going to use this, and you're going to use that mixture of lubricant on your cases, when you get them lubricated, don't put them in that drum and put them in there to tumble those, because that lanolin will leave a film inside that drum that'll be hard to get rid of.
It's kind of like Soul Glow, so you got to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, it makes a real mess, and we just I'll just, if I gotta throw them into something to clean them, I'll put them in my vibratory tumbler with the lizard bedding that I got from the pet store.
Man, you're just a plethora of information. This is why we love you, Gage. Really do. Anyways, I have a question, guys. I was looking at melting pots, right? But is there such thing as a 10-pound canister? Because the one that looks like the other one, I mean, do they sell a 20-pound one, and then they sell a 10-pound one? I mean, I was kind of confused on that, because they call it the 420 pot. I figure the cylinder or the canister is 20 pounds, correct?
It'll hold 20 pounds.
It'll hold how many pounds?
It'll hold 20 pounds of lead.
Okay, because they also have one that's exactly like it, but it holds 10. And I was like, what the hell is this? Because those are the only ones that oh, that's my boy right there. See, Chico, you man, I love you, man. Hey, man, find me one for the 420, man, 110. Hook a brother up. As I'm telling you, man, if I can't find it, I know Chico will. Chico is kind of like You know what Chico,
Apparently, Willie and
Chico,
Paul
like
have
Chico should have.
on right now. Willie, if you want his number, let me know. I'll send it to you, and you two can do whatever you want over that way. Keep it out of here.
Willie's famous for the reach around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know how you know.
Oh, he told me.
Yeah, I know, Chico, and that's what I was looking at, because the ones that are on Amazon right now, they're all 220, and they're not 110. So yeah, that's why I was like, I thought there
There's
were.
a couple places that still have them in stock. I'll send you a link later.
Okay.
I was looking for someone else earlier in the week, so
Okay.
I think they were like $90 or $99 or something like that.
Yeah. So, Mr. Bearded Navy dude, tell us what you've been up to today.
Today's been kind of not a whole heck of a lot going on today. Just went for a drive with the family, gave Mario a holler earlier, and got to talk to him for it was better part of an hour. We were on the phone, so it was actually pretty cool. So got to learn a lot about a lot of the fun stuff he did in the Army. So that was pretty wicked. Some pretty neat stuff. So it was a good time. And then other than that, just had dinner a little bit ago, and now I'm here.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. You know, the person we haven't heard much from today is Kingpin, other than that picture that he sent over to Scotsman. So, what have you been up to there, Mr. Kingpin?
Not too much. I went to the range today, so that was pretty good. Other than that, just working, hanging out.
What were you shooting, man?
I took the SIG 226 and 229, and then I took the CZ 75.
Man, Sig Master over there. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Those are nice guns right there. So, which one do you prefer?
Well, today, out of all of them, the CZ's my favorite.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's pretty close with the 226.
Okay.
I put the 226 at a very close second, and then the 229 in third place by a good little bit of a stretch.
So is it just the ergonomics, the trigger? What is it that you like more about?
The trigger on the 229 is not quite as clean, I guess you could say, as the 226.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys are all as sick in the head as we are. You guys make my weekend. You really do.
Yeah, totally. My God.
Yeah, I don't know how JH can stand us.
Yeah, and guys, going in regards to the whole thing about this is a serious note now, but going into the whole thing about Memorial Day. Believe it or not, guys, Memorial Day affects a lot of service members. Especially those that been overseas or lost a good friend. And I think I've been very thankful because I have a lot of great friends. I've been able to talk to a lot of you guys over the phone this past week. I had a really good chat with JH. It was very long, and I'm sorry for that, but it was really good. It was good for me to let out the issues that I have, and he helped me a lot because he taught me how to have a heart and how to deal with the issues that I got going on, man. It's always good to reach out to your friends, and I think all of you guys need to make sure that, regardless, that you do everything you can to take care of yourselves and let others know what's going on with you, man.
Absolutely, man. And I'm glad you brought that up. Guys haven't already checked it out before, and there is in the description links below for Justin's final mission, 22 kill, and there's some other stuff there too. Guys, just like Mario was saying, the battle being himself, a lot of vets out there struggle, and Right now, I believe we're down to 21 a day, but one is too many. One is too many. So we all need to do our part, help out, and just like Mara was saying too, he talked with Bird CB, he talked with Jamie, and he knows he can call me anytime. Heck, he was texting me the other night and crying because he was texting me, and I'm like, dude, it's all right, man. I'm up and at work. It's all good. You do what you got to do. You help your friends out. You help people out, man. I actually have a very good friend who's a veteran, just an hour down the road, and he struggles a lot. And the more you can talk to them and hang out with them, help them, it's a really good thing. But again, the links for Justice Violent Mission are down below, and that's huge. 22 Kill, which Kingpin is all about, and I'm all about supporting that too. I'll let Kingpin talk about that one.
Yeah, and guys, sorry, Kingpin. Let me just say something real quick, buddy, and I'll let you do your thing. Guys, even if you're not in the military or you've never been in the military, sometimes veterans, all they need is someone to hear them, to hear their point of view. Like for me to open up to JH and let him know all the stuff that I've been through. I mean, believe me, we had some deep conversation, bro. And this is stuff I don't talk to a lot of people, but I trust JH. He's my friend. And he really, really helped me, man. I'm telling you. So, reach out to your people, man, and then just don't think that because you weren't in the military that you can't help a vet. Believe me, you can help us just by listening to us, listening to what we've gone through, man.
Listening is huge, guys. It really is.
Yeah,
listening is huge.
And I also want to thank Tina, and Tina was referred to me by Scotsman. She's a therapist, and I had like a good hour and a half talk with her. You know what I'm saying? So this week I've been on the phone a lot more than usual. I don't usually ask for help. I even called the Veteran Crisis Line this morning, and I'm telling you guys all this because I've been hurting, and I'm not trying to get people to feel sorry for me or whatever. I just want you guys to understand that this is a veteran's point of view. I'm just giving you my point of view, and I know that there's hundreds and thousands of us out there that are going through the same thing. Maybe some worse than others or some better than others, but I think all of us are hurting. And if we just reach out and say hi, and let them just say whatever they got to say, it really helps.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of veterans out there that don't want to say anything. They just don't want anybody to think there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. And they just keep it bottled up and keep it bottled up. And, there's talking about anything ain't going to help me. Have you tried it yet? If you haven't, it might. If it doesn't, what's the worst thing going to happen? A lot of people just have their own prides, and they don't want to talk about the things that the things that they've been through, seeing through, and they live every day, even though they're away and living their lives now.
That's it.
And it's, there's lots and lots of people out here with the ears that are waiting to be an ear for you.
Yeah, and that's it. And I've said it many times before, both to Mario and other people too, and you guys all know it. You guys are more than welcome to shoot me an email, whatever you guys need to talk. I'm always here for people, so whatever I can do to help out. And with that, Kingpin, go ahead and talk about 22 Kill, brother.
22 Kill is just another really good organization, and do exactly what you guys are talking about, outreach and help people that sometimes don't know that there's help out there, don't know where to get help. And you can, there's plenty of ways to help out. So just go check out the link I put in there, or you can just type in 22kill.com on your internet search, and it'll be the first thing that comes up. Read through there and find out what you can do to help out. And going back to talking to veterans, and being with. Sometimes you don't have to talk to them about the war and their experience. Sometimes you can just talk to them about cars or basketball or shooting, and give them that time where they can just put that away for a minute and just be normal again for a little while, you know. And so what I'm saying is you don't have to go searching for that in-depth conversation. If it comes, then it comes, but just treat them like normal everyday people, because that's what they are. Is they're normal everyday people, and you know, just being a friend goes a really long way.
Yep, absolutely huge, man. Just listening doesn't even have to be talking. Sometimes just letting them talk and just listening to what they got to say is huge.
And sharing Mario with people, what he was just talking about there, is critical. He's not ashamed. He's not afraid, and he's showing that he's a regular everyday human being that has feelings just like everybody else. And sometimes he wants to talk to somebody. Sometimes he hurts. Making it part of conversation is key. We can't continue to hide from it. You know, we have to allow this conversation to happen, and even if it's uncomfortable, because if we continue to not allow it to happen, 22 is going to be a small number.
Exactly. Very well said, brother. Very well said.
I would just add to this that I appreciate Mario having the confidence and to call me up, and I'll be there for you anytime I can, brother. And there's something you need to, for you to reach out to somebody. You need to have the confidence that they're not going to be running their mouth about everything all over the place, and they got to have the confidence that you're going to keep everything they tell you in the strictest of confidence, and that's important. And it was an honor to talk with Mario. And
Mario just shows the size of his cojones by reaching out. It takes a lot of guts for any man. You don't have to be a veteran for any man to reach out and say, "Hey, man, I'm feeling weak here." But when going through all that, it takes a lot of fucking balls, man. It takes some good amount of courage and cojones to just reach out and talk. And
and to be honest with you guys, I had to leave my pride out, and the reason why is because I almost lost my marriage because of it. And it wasn't until I realized what I was doing wrong that I had to fix myself. I think the hardest thing for a lot of veterans to acknowledge is that they need help. That they can't fight this by themselves. That there's things that are above and beyond of what they can control. I remember for the longest, my saying was, you guys just don't understand me. Well, in reality, they don't have to understand you. They just have to listen to you. And whatever you want to tell them is what you want to tell them. You don't have to disclose everything that you did in your military career. You don't have to discuss. You just have to discuss how you feel and how to, how can they relate? Because in reality, like Kingpin said, we are all human beings. We all, we are, for us, is transitioning back to the civilian world. It's a huge thing, man. It really is. It's something that you go from madness and chaos to quietness and get-togethers, and you don't know how to handle that. You don't know how to handle people who are loud. You don't know how to handle big crowds. You don't know how to deal with the everyday, 9 to 5, because being in the military, And a lot of the guys in the side chat, can tell you that we don't have a 9 to 5. So then having to structure yourself back into that kind of stuff, it's not easy. I think some people struggle more than others. And it's something that we just need to realize that, and just seek help. Because my biggest thing is that if I keep this bottled up, most likely I won't be here, and I want to be able to see my grandkids, and I want to be able to, grow old with my wife and do all the things I've always wanted to do, but I can't do that if I don't try to get help, and I got to put my ego to the side. I got to put all the stuff that I've been through, because, when I think the toughest is the more rank you make, the harder it is for you to go and talk to somebody else. And a lot of you guys are in the military. You guys know how that goes. When you make senior level, it's a lot harder, man. Like, you can't go to your private or to your PFC or Lance Corporal or whatever. Who do you go to? Who do you vent to? And it's a lot harder when you start, climbing more up in rank, and then you have less and less people that you can talk to about things, So, but I still think that there's a lot of gains that you can get just by having anybody that you care about, and that they're gonna confide in what you got to say and keep it to themselves, and if you can find those people, I mean, luckily for me, I have all of you guys, and I have a lot of people in the side chat. MCK too, if you're out there, man, thanks, brother. You've been a great help too. Chico, all my guys out there, man. I got number love for you guys. You guys keep me going, man. You really do.
So, that's huge. If you guys didn't see the video I did a while back, it was a couple weeks ago, I think. But not just a number, as a free service for veterans. Mario's talked to Tina. Tina's a good friend of mine, and she's a therapist, like Mario was saying. And she wanted to help however she could help. And so not just a number, is a free service for veterans. If you need to reach out, you can reach out via email. You can reach out via phone number. If you guys want to do a Google Hangouts, she'll do a Google Hangouts. Whatever you guys want to work out, and she's there for you guys. So, share that, spread that around as much as possible if you guys can, because she really wants to help.
One of the things that has started becoming a little bit more clear to me in my understanding is the personalization of a veteran. We talk about, and you hear it all the time, swear to defend the Constitution, foreign and domestic, and that helps us not personalize it, because we think that they put on that uniform to defend that piece of paper down in Washington. And that's true. That is very true. And I'm not disrespecting our Constitution whatsoever. But really what they're doing when they put that uniform on is they're protecting Scotsman. They're protecting me, Bearded, Jamie, Chico. They're protecting you. They're doing this for you personally. And now if you want to really put it into a broad scope of the history, think about how much better of a world we have now. Because men and women put on a uniform and went to Europe and Japan and North Africa twice to keep evil.
A lot of these people didn't realize what they were getting into, and they did it of their own free will, and that is huge.
Even the people who got drafted and kicking and screaming, dragging into the ship or whatever, they did it too for you. Regardless of whatever reason they ended up with a uniform on, that doesn't matter whether they wanted to be a hero or they were forced or they did it because they believed in this. They did this for us, not that piece of paper down in Washington.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bearded, did you do it for the uniform?
No, I did it for the pay cut.
Yeah, he just wanted to look cute in his little sailor suit.
Yeah, he wanted that little Navy uniform going on. That's what he wanted.
Well, no, you guys enjoy having another man an inch away from your face screaming at you 24 hours a day, right?
Well, it can be, yeah.
Well, they let us sleep for about 4 or 5 hours a night sometimes.
Oh, so you got that made.
That sounds quite a bit like my childhood.
Yeah.
And sounds like you got more sleep in the Navy.
Yeah, for me is they fear me more when I come and talk to them all nice and calm than when I yell at them. Because if I fucking be nice and calm, I'm just gonna fucking erupt on their ass. So they would be like, "Oh shit, he's quiet." Yeah, I think we need to do what we got to do because he's gonna have our asses pretty soon. So yeah, everybody has their own way of doing it, but it's fun. And I will always, I definitely. That's the only thing I'm gonna miss is the people, man. I'm not gonna miss the bullshit. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna miss the quality of people that we had in there. Plus, being in an infantry unit, oh my god, you guys think I talk shit? Have 160 motherfuckers just talking all kinds of mess. It's fun. I'm telling you.
I can attain to that because
we are fucking
most of the people who worked with me in the past were all military or prior military. And the shit that would go back in the vault, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
and sometimes it would slip out on the floor, and I'm like, dude, you can't say that out here. Come on.
But not only that, but by the way, the word we all use is fucker. So if I come up to be hey fucker, what you doing? He's not gonna get offended. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
I know civilians would be like, oh my god, why are you calling me fucker? Oh my god. But us, hell no, man. I said, what's up, fucker? What's up? It's like it's a thing we always say, man. It's kind of crazy. We have our own little lingo, I guess. Like we may talk shit, between branches, but to us, it's like our flag is what we defend, is what we do, And it's not a piece of cloth to me,
Even if you're a puddle pirate, it's okay. We support you.
I don't give a damn if you're a cook. You still, my thing is you do your thing, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I got a really good friend who's a puddle pirate. So
yeah, we're gonna talk some shit until you're gonna make me some chili mac, but I'm still gonna respect your ass.
Chili mac, I think I might have an MRE for you.
Ooh, those are more gooder. make sure you put that fucking radioactive fucking cheese that you put on that shit, man. You notice that shit doesn't melt, all right? I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's the straight up old school government cheese in a squeeze tube.
And yeah, indeedo.
Well,
yeah, you get the jalapeno.
It likely comes out the same way that it went in, right?
Oh no, it comes out more hard.
Oh no, dude. You can rip your anal hole with that shit, man. I'm telling you, you better drink a lot of coffee. That's the reason why a lot of veterans drink a lot of coffee. Like, you gotta have it, man. I mean, we like it because it keeps us up, but there's another reason for it too.
Yeah, you have a butt plug cracker and you're not going shit for 3 days, so
Yeah, there's a reason why we like coffee, and that's the reason why Black Rifle coffee has been so
good.
It's good, but it's been so productive. Is that we all can relate with that. So, yeah, good time.
Yep. And it's funny, like back home, we call people fucker a lot too. So I get along with military really well because of that. Because
yeah, and that's good because you get us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. It's cool, man. They literally are some of my best friends. They really are.
Yeah, we talk a lot of shit, and it's got to be in it. It's got to be in it. But you got to watch out for that motherfucker that's quiet because all of a sudden he'll throw some shit at you. Like, damn, those motherfuckers are scary. Those are the quiet ones are the scary ones, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yep. And a good friend of mine, like I said, he's about an hour down the road from me. He was pretty much special forces. He when he started with the company, it was before I got there. I was in another store prior to that. But when he started with the company, what they do is they set everyone down and with the HR and they do the HR bullshit. But they asked everyone what they did previously for a living. And he literally sat there with a cold stone face, looked at everyone and was like, I killed people. The whole room went fucking silent. he was telling me the story about this. The whole room just went fucking silent. And he wasn't trying to crack a joke. He wasn't trying to be funny. He was being serious, you know. But everyone just started freaking out from that point. They didn't know what to think of him, what to do with him, or nothing. I get there, I don't know, probably about a month later is when I get to that store. I meet him, start talking to him a little bit, and I'm like, he's one of the coolest people in this fucking place. What the fuck is wrong with you people? You don't understand them? Just fucking talk to the guy. You know, he's a really cool dude, though.
Hey, Scotsman, I thought everybody called each other cunts up there, not fucker.
We call them cunts too. Cunt's probably one of my favorite words. Cunt and fucker definitely are definitely good some words. And if you guys don't know what a Glasgow kiss is or a Malky is, go look it up. But I will tell you this: if you piss off the wrong Scotsman, you will get a Glasgow kiss, and it's not what you think it is. So no, Willie.
So I should leave my pants on for it then.
So no, Willie, and no Bald and Curious is not what you think it is. So don't call me saying you want a Glasgow kiss.
Yep, that looks like something that would probably happen at a freaking soccer hooligan get together.
Yep. Yeah, it generally happens in bar fights, soccer games, you name it. You know, concerts, heavy metal concerts. It's pretty frequent.
Yep.
There's a reason a lot of us have quite a large forehead.
I thought it was because your hairline's receding back like mine.
Well, it is that too. I mean, it's getting worse, bad, real bad. I'm about ready to start taking a razor to it instead of just shaving it. I'm gonna take a razor and actually just take the razor all the way down.
So, Bearded, you been out popping any rounds as of late?
No, I was going to go last weekend. Mother Nature decided against me, and I think she's against me this weekend too. Did pick up some new little bitty steel targets, though, for this one particular target hanger a buddy of mine gave me a couple years back. So I got some a 3/8 plate and a couple of 1/4-inch plates for that for some plinking with the pistol. So. And I definitely need to get that 22 pistol out too and shoot it yet. Haven't even done that yet.
By the way, whoever made that comment about the Sherman tank, for 10 years of my military career, I was in tanks. And inside those Sherman tanks, there is no space for shit in those things, man. You know, it's a good thing when you're short Mexican, but if you're fucking white and tall, you're fucking hating life in that thing, man. That's
Yeah.
what you know, this fucking Fury, that the little short bastard Mexican was in the front, right?
And one thing I would like to do on the show tonight, guys, is if you're out there and you have a story about a veteran, or if you are a veteran yourself, or you know a family member was, put that story out there, and please highlight it to me so that I can pull it up and show it on screen. I would love to do that for you guys. It'd be cool to see some stories from you, you know, and pay homage. That's what we're here for. We're here to pay homage this weekend and remember.
I can start that, Scotsman.
Awesome.
My granddad, his name was Seaman First Class Paul Andrew Beam Jr. LST 508 was the second landing craft that hit the beach on June 6th, 1944. He came home with 2 Purple Hearts and 2 Bronze Stars, and one of my heroes. And one of the things that Mario was talking about, you got to understand that I was born, he was 42 years old, and I practically lived at his house on the weekends. But there would be a lot of nights with me just there on the weekends where he would wake me up screaming in his sleep. Although I've never served in the military, I've feel your pain, guys, and I appreciate all of you.
Yep, it's definitely hits home for me, man. You know, one of my very first jobs, and I worked for the guy for a long time, for many years. He was Special Forces back home, and you guys know Special Forces back home. They're tough motherfuckers.
Fucking SAS, hell yeah.
Yep, exactly, man. And one tough motherfucker right there. And I love working for that guy so much that after the first 2 years of working for him, I pretty much worked for a hot meal and a beer for the next 4 years. So that tells you something right there. That man was awesome, and that was kind of the start of the road for me, I'd say, when it comes to military and being really good friends with military people and understanding them. And you know, he's probably one of the ones that really kind of got me saying the "hey fucker" thing a lot. You know, and so it's always been cool for me, man. And I always, whenever I can pay homage and be thankful and help a veteran out, it's definitely awesome. Like I said, man, a lot of my friends are veterans, and it's huge.
Well, let me tell you a story about fucking some SAS guys, right? Because I was in a joint task force. I can't really go into detail, but my guys in the unit decided they want to play football or soccer, like it's called in different countries, right? Against all the SAS guys. And they got their asses kicked like 9-0. And I was pissed. I was like, you guys got your ass kicked 9-0? Fuck that shit. We got all the fucking Mexicans, and we kept the fucking tall goaltender, and we beat the shit out of their ass like fucking 10-0. Like, motherfucker, you forgot one thing. We got Mexicans in America, bitch. We beat your ass in fucking soccer. So that's my SAS story. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I have plenty more. They're
so
great.
if you guys don't know about Mexicans and soccer, here's the thing. Here's why Mexicans are so good at it. They got cheating down to a fucking science.
They know how to fall down on a field and look like they're broke. Like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain.
They have the whole shin thing.
We did not fake shit. We were just better at it. Okay. God gave us, because the thing about it, you guys don't know this shit. The Mayans had a similar game to soccer. So we already had this shit down, man. And we had the little motherfuckers like Opocalipto motherfuckers out there just going all over the damn place. They didn't know what the fuck to do. They were like, oh, hell no. We fucking beat their ass. So it was fun. And then they weren't talking shit no more, but we got Carlsberg out of it. So, hey, we good to go.
Yeah. They definitely have it down to a science of faking pain and crying like little bitches. That's for sure. It looks like CB has a story or two about that too. He's got that smirk going on.
Well, it's probably about kicking a ball off the side, and you know the lower seaman having to jump in to get it.
Oh no, we just put them on mail buoy watch during the WOG days, crossing the equator ceremony. That's fun. But no, like Mario thinks that us regular Navy guys can drink. Well, my fourth deployment was with on the HMS Richmond with the Brits and a couple Scots and everything else that were on there. Those guys can drink. But the nice thing is you can drink when you're done with your workday in your petty officers lounge or the chief's lounge or whatever. And those guys party hard, and they had a wet bar that they'd open up on Friday and Saturday nights. Oh, you could talk about being hungover on the job. It's awesome. Damn good food though. The best fish and chips I ever had was on that Brit ship, and yeah, nothing like sitting down to a big old pint of frickin' Young's double chocolate stout at night.
I remember had fish and chips out of a newspaper. You've never had fish and chips.
The one thing I did experience in the Navy, and it was funny because when I first got pinned E7, right? They're like, dude, you got to go try the Chief's mess. And I was like, what the fuck is the Chief's mess? He's like, look, dude, for all the senior non-commissioned officers, we have our own place where we can eat. You don't have to eat with the regular sailors. I'm like, I got to go check this out. I went in there. At first, the guy didn't kind of understand how the Army's rank structure works. So I had to show him my CAT card, right, my ID card. And it says E7. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Man, I go in there, man. You're talking about, dude, they have like all kind. It looked almost like an Air Force mess hall, man. It was nice. It was so colorful and it had flowers everywhere. And people were just like, what can we get for you? And I'm like, what the fuck? Come on. People are so nice to you. And they tell you where you want to sit. I was like, oh, we can sit over there. And they bring you your food and you sit down. I was like, oh, hell no. What the hell? I got to give a tip? Like, nah, man. I'm telling you, man, the Chief's mess. I'm telling you, if you make E7 in the military, you got to go try the Chief's mess.
Yeah, Mario isn't lying on that one. Yeah, the Chiefs, they have what's called, well, it's basically the Chief Petty Officers Association in the Navy. So it's kind of like their own union deal. But they pay for all the extra niceties and everything else that they have. They have their own dues that goes towards the Chief's mess. And they eat better than just about everybody else on the ship, literally, or in any command. Depending on, well, you go to some bases and it's just, you just get your own private dining area, but the same food off the line. But yeah.
Yeah, man, that was really good. That was a really good experience. Yeah, but there's just a lot of traditions within each branch. It's very interesting, you know. And getting inside of a ship was the coolest thing in the world. Like being on top of the deck of a destroyer, you're like, man, this thing is nice. Like one of the Navy guys are always cool because they got nice stuff, and like I think it's nice. I'm like, hey, damn, they take care of those ships, man. Those things are nice. I was like, then I got to see a submarine. I was like, ooh, look at that thing, man. All I think was about like freaking Red October. I was like, hell yeah, man. That's cool stuff, man. I love all that kind of stuff, man. Stuff that I never get a chance to go check out, you know. I check out all that stuff, man. Like one time I was driving through and there was a Coast Guard station not too far. I was like, you know what? Let's go say hi to those guys, man. I call them the Home Depot crew because them fuckers are always wearing fucking orange and shit. And I went in there and I showed them my ID. I was in uniform. I was like, hey, can I go check out your cutter? You know, and I was like, hell yeah. They're like, all showed me their cutter, little boat. And it was like, but that thing is nice, man. Like they take really good care of their equipment. I was like really impressed, and that was kind of cool. And actually gave us a little tour. They actually took us on the cutter, and they did a tour of the harbor. And it was really cool. I mean, it's like, you know, sometimes, I mean, if you're in the military, man, and you can go check out somebody else's stuff, do it, man. It's a good thing.
I tell you, one of the coolest things for me when I was younger was I actually got to go on an actual ship, one of the wooden ships, the original ships, with cannons and shit. Man, that fucking thing was cool. I'll say this though, I would not want to have been living on that thing. The space was ridiculously tight. Even just by the cannons and stuff, like fuck, there's no way I could do it. You need a short Mexican fucker like Mario.
Yeah, you're way too tall.
I was just walking through and touring that thing, man. I was ducking down so much.
Yeah, you know, like I don't know if you see it, but I got like 3 Army Achievement Medals. I got those in one event. Because back in the day when I was in tanks, right, we you know, we shoot our gunnery, and gunnery is like, you know, it's a qualification as a crew, right? And, you know, you get pop-up targets, moving targets, all kinds of stuff. And, you know, you get points based on how fast you kill them and all kinds of stuff, right? So the one thing that because I'm short and stocky, right? And I could I could load a 120 millimeter round really quick. Like I could do it in 3 seconds, you know, and if you score 900 or better, you pretty much get an Army Achievement Medal if you're part of that crew, right? So 4 of the 5 crews got distinguished, and it was funny because I'm just sitting there in my promotion at the ceremony, and then they give me one, and then the colonel says, "Stay right here. You got 3 more." I was like, "What?" Yeah, and I got 4 that day. I was like, "Well, that's crazy, man." So it was just fun, you know, because those things they're cool. And actually, that year, my battalion was a top tank battalion in the Army, and with an average score of 958 or something like that. That's like really high.
Damn.
Out of 1,000, you know. So yeah, we had I think we only had like 4 or 5 tank crews that didn't qualify distinguished. I mean, like everybody qualified distinguished. Like I can tell you that those people that had to process all of our awards are hating life because everybody was getting awards, man. Everybody's, you know, accomplishing what they needed. And I remember we ended up getting a 4-day pass out of that. I was like, hell yeah. So yeah, man, those are like the kind of things I'll miss, man, because you know, you play hard, you get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? It was cool stuff.
So are you talking about like when you pass stuff like that and you get a medal? Is that like one of the pieces of medals or whatever I guess they're that you see on a soldier's uniform?
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah,
you'll
you'll see them. It's a ribbon actually, and then you'll see like old leaf clusters, and that'll determine how many others they received. You know, and there's different branches have different stuff. Some of them have stars or oak leaf clusters and stuff like that. So every branch is a little different on that aspect. But you know, sometimes you'll have the award. You know, it'll show the ribbon once, but it'll have other designators. Like I ended up. Actually, I don't even have all my awards up. I only have like a few. But I actually have 6 of those. So you know, you'll have that plus the silver oak leaf, and so yeah, it's kind of cool, man. You can actually, you know, it's actually pretty cool. And by the way, it's you really have no idea how hard it is to make 900 on a fucking tank table, because the thing about it is those moving targets are coming at you fast. Which leads me to another point. When I was a gunner, like when I was actually shooting, right, I was going through gunnery, and in Fort Hood, we had a lot of wild cattle running around. We did not know that moving target was a cattle, and I shot the shit. And all I could see from my optics is, and all of a sudden the tower's like, ceasefire. You just shot a cow. I'm like, fuck. It wasn't my fault. It was moving where the target was supposed to be at. I shot a freaking cow, dude. I shot a longhorn. I fucking blew the shit out of that thing.
Just this pink mist. Just
dude, at 2,700 meters, bro. I was like, bam. It was crazy.
Yeah, that fucker had no chance.
Yeah, he had no chance, dude.
So
But it was,
Mario,
yeah.
Thorzax was asking what submarine did you tour?
It was an Ohio class submarine. It was a big one, the big mother load. That thing is huge. I didn't tour it. I just saw it from the port. And I was like, wow, that thing is humongous. I had no idea how big those things were, you know, because I mean, like, I'm a big fan of Das Boot and, you know, Red October and all these other movies that have all that stuff, you know. But then when you see a sub, you know, up close, you're like, man, that thing is huge. But I know for a fact that it was an Ohio class submarine. It's the big mother load. That sucker can take out a country by itself. It's that badass.
Yeah, those nuclear powered subs are awesome. I mean, they can pull into port with that nuclear reactor they have on those things, and they can just run the whole town with electricity.
Forgive me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe the Navy has pretty much switched all of their vessels to nuclear power, correct? Beardy?
No, all your small boys and everything, those are all still gas turbines.
Oh, okay.
So basically, you got jet engines that are powering a giant gear reduction transmission the size of a, large truck, basically. And that's what runs the shaft on those. Some of the old supply ships are still steamers, but yeah, pretty much like the cruisers on down, all the ones with the nice big 5-inch guns in the front. Those are all gas turbine. But the carriers and the subs, due to longevity, those are of course nuclear. But the Gator freighters, like the LHAs, LHDs, those are all steamers yet too. So,
That's cool. Yeah, but one thing I can say is that the Navy does take really good care of their ships, because I mean, those ships that I got a chance to check out were really nice, and it seemed to me like they were well maintained. But
Well, they got to keep them boys really busy on them ships, or else they get busy by themselves.
You have to, especially those long freaking 6-month, 9-month fucking tours. I'm like, fuck that. I couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
they got to stretch out the amount of alcohol somehow. So they got to make them, do maintenance and clean things and paint things. And
Yeah, no.
otherwise they'd be out of alcohol within the first 3 days.
Don't forget scrubbing the decks. They're good at that. They're good for something.
Yeah. No, we don't get a drink out to sea, unfortunately. You have to meet qualifications. You have to be out at sea with not hitting land for 90 days and not going to hit it for another 60 before the captain can authorize a beer day. So for them,
what really pisses me off about the Navy is that a fucking company will be like, we are going to go feed the troops. They go to a fucking ship and feed these motherfuckers goddamn New York steak, and we're out here in fucking Iraq eating a goddamn MRE. Like, this is some bullshit.
See, I couldn't do that, man. 60 days and then another 90 days to freaking authorize it. I'd be done. I'd be done, dude. I'd be dying.
Yeah.
Now, the frigate I was on, the CEO of that, he did bring on O'Doul's for whenever they do like a flight deck movie or something like that. So you could buy those for like pretty much at like they were like $1.50 or $2 a piece, and all the extra went to MWR for the recreation programs. So it was kind of something, tastes like beer, but we were small enough that we had to pull into port every few weeks anyways. So going a few weeks without it's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A Scotsman and not having anything in the cup for a few weeks, it's not a good situation.
There will be fights.
It doesn't turn out pretty. Trust me, I've tried in the past. It doesn't.
They start revolutions and shit. It's just not pretty.
Yeah, and then they start throwing rocks at each other and shit.
You'll see us running down the street with a fucking sword in our hands, man. It's not pretty.
Don't worry, we got plenty of coffee.
I went to Scottish games, and I to this day I'm like, who the fuck thought of these games, man? Like, what the fuck were y'all thinking, throwing rocks at each other and launching shit? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Like,
yeah, and who the hell carries telephone poles around?
You know what? You understand where the Highland Games all came from, right?
No, please explain that to me.
Highland Games was actually something they did in the military back in the day. That was part of their training, so they could actually learn how to fight. And we fought. Some of them actually fought with the rocks and stuff. So you're saying we threw rocks at each other? We literally fucking did.
Yeah, no shit. That's what you got. Big ass
part of training.
That was old school gun control right there. The English wouldn't let the Scottish have weapons.
Well, I can see why. That's why they got big ass heads now. Big ass forehead.
They had no choice but to improvise.
You gotta watch out for the Malkies, man. The Malkies will fucking get you.
Okay, so who are those guys?
Now it's also called a Glasgow Kiss. Look it up. Glasgow Kiss or a Malky.
All right. Yeah.
I know what a milky is, but I don't know about a malky. That's
so explain to me what the difference, because there's different colors on a kilt, right?
Yeah. Now, different tartans represent different clans.
Oh, okay. But you were telling me that there's also one that's set up for people who are in the military, correct?
Yeah, they have a separate one for that as well. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. I do get a fucking hard on every time I hear those guys play that song. I don't know which song that is, but that Scottish song, you just want to go fucking fuck somebody up when you hear that song. You know, you hear those bagpipes, like, yeah, man, it's on. I can see why you guys get hyped for that shit, because I would too.
There's something about the pipes, man. The bagpipes definitely add to the battle. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I can see why you guys get wild up with that shit. But yeah,
you get some good bagpipes and a good drummer going. Oh yeah,
it's on. Yeah. So I got a question. So Scotland, do you guys, like, I know for the longest you guys had like your own football team, right? Back in the day, or you guys still have that?
We still have it. Yeah.
So you say, fuck England, we're gonna have our own shit.
We've had our own shit for a long time. Yeah, we've had our own shit for a long time. It was good back in the 90s. Nowadays, it's kind of all went to shit, just like the rest of it. You know, it's all just like American football and shit too. It's all about fucking money.
But you know, you guys don't represent yourselves separately, like in the Olympics, though, right? You guys still go under the Great Britain flag, right?
No, we can represent ourselves.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. You know, you go like the World Cup and stuff. You can go to Scotland.
Huh? I didn't know that shit.
Yep. Yeah, it's the way they pick the players and stuff. It's kind of screwed up, but yeah,
they all get fucked up. We'll pick you, McCrory. You're good. You'll lead us, lad. You got it.
You gotta pick some of the hardest fuckers that can really give a good Glasgow kiss when it's needed.
Bald and curious. I just don't understand the skirts. Don't your balls get cold? You know, the fact of the matter is, men have wore pants for just a little over 200 years. Prior to that, men wore kilts.
If you've never worn a kilt, I highly encourage you to try it. Here's the thing. No, seriously, here's the thing. If you've never worn one, there is nothing like wearing a kilt and having the freedom you got.
I don't know. I think
you hear the term sweaty fucking balls. Trust me, you wear a kilt, you ain't got sweaty fucking balls.
Oh man, that's more gooder. I like that.
And Alan,
It's like running air conditioned.
Alan, I was hoping he wasn't going to see that comment. You know how he gets wrapped up when you know what a kilt is? It's what you get when you call one a skirt.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I feel pretty sexy wearing one of those. I'm down.
Well, I'll tell you, Mario.
Yeah,
man,
this one for you, Bald. Right here.
Can't see it, fool.
I'm trying, dude.
Oh, okay, I got it. Uh-oh. Bearded see you whip that shit out, man. Look at him. Oh, look at you, bruh. What you got? You got your ensemble? Yeah, I seen that one a lot. But that's just a black one. It's not a tribal one, is it?
No. He's just got good examples of what
that fool got the Dockers ones, man.
modern utility kills.
So you guys see this comment from Bald and Curious. We are gonna get you a kilt. We will send it to you.
Oh, dude, you
better fucking wear it, fucker.
You better wear it, fucker.
And there better be video.
That's right. Hey, and I want you shuffling too, fucker. I want to see that.
Yep. That's what we should do. Put a little funding get together to, put a skirt around Bald over there and let's make sure he sends the right measurements. That shit's
either that or assless chaps, one of the two.
I'll get a hold of you, Bald, and we'll figure out what size you need.
Yeah, purple flowers.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be his tartan color.
Mm-hmm.
Send him the Irish tartan one
for his tartan.
Irish got kilts too.
Yeah,
they got their own tartan. Those things are really expensive, man. Those plaid ones that are really nice and starched and look so nice. Those are expensive. Do what, Mario?
I said you looked into that one.
Well, I've seen them. I was shocked.
Yeah, full master kilts, especially when they've been handcrafted. Those things are expensive.
Okay,
you can Willie will be appreciative of it.
I got another question. Why the fuck? I see, the Canadians have a Scottish band, and I'm like thinking, is there fucking Scottish people in Canada, or are they just kind of like following that lineage, like tradition or some shit?
All right, so it's more than just your waist size. So we will talk, and we will get you a kilt, and you will wear it, and you will video it when you're doing your stage.
Hey, wear that with your fucking with your little hat, your leather hat. Oh yeah, I see you, man. I see you. But yeah, that's interesting. But I didn't know the Irish had kilts too. That's kind of interesting.
Yep.
What about the people in Wales? Do they have that shit too?
Yeah, they get their own kilts too. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So the only ones that don't wear them are the British.
The English. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, English. Excuse me.
Don't be a fucker.
Okay, I won't be a fucker. Excuse me, I did not mean to offend you.
It's hard to offend me, man. You know that.
The English. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Walter. I don't think John Denver sang that song. I have it. I have a recording of it. He kind of sounds like John Denver, though, except take the Scottish accent away.
Dude, no, I don't think so, bro. I'm like, that's too much whiteness for me. I'm good.
There we go. That says it perfectly right there.
Well, and I've had when I was wearing kilts a lot, I had more women turn to their men, go, "I want you in one of those." Women find it so damn sexy. They absolutely love a man that can wear a kilt. I don't know what it is.
Free balling.
You know what I find sexy?
What?
Is a girl in the same thing with white socks that come up just over the top.
Man, I got you. Girl.
Oxford shoes, and a white button-down shirt, unbuttoned about right here.
Trying to put my kilt on my girlfriend, it doesn't work because they're not cut the same. They're not made the same.
No. A kilt is a very unique thing and very personalized item.
Yeah. There's what.
So like the front stuff, like the whatever it's got in it. What is that?
The pleats.
Oh yeah. What is it? Pleats? You said?
Pleats.
Pleats. Okay. So what is that?
Are you talking about the nutsack bag?
Yes.
Oh, the nutsack bag. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, the what do you call it? The what's that for? The what?
It's called a
sporran.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more of the what's that stupid thing that people used to wear in the 80s? What's it called? The fanny pack?
The fanny pack? No, it's not a fanny pack. There's a big difference between that and a fanny pack.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say fanny pack, but I wouldn't piss you off.
Yeah, there's a big fucking difference between that and the sporran.
Oh, okay. So what is that one? Is that pertain to your tribe?
Again, they'll be personalized either to the clan or there's so many different symbols and stuff you can put on them. A lot of them, you can have various types of furs and stuff on there. Probably the most popular one is like a rabbit fur.
Yeah, I noticed that one. Yeah, that's very true.
Yes, Squatch, it is. Fanny packs are cool if it's used predominantly for tactical purposes. And so are man purses, as bearded CV will demonstrate.
That looks very masputo to me. I'm like, no, I would never wear that shit.
Squatch, they're gonna take your man card, brother. Don't do it. Don't let them
do it, bro. Don't go there, bro. Trust me. Do not fall into our trap. Do not fall there.
No, if you can reach into your man purse and pull out your next magazine, I mean,
Hey, I wonder if you can put a side pouch for your magazines on that thing.
yeah, carry chem lights. Bearded, you should do a video on the shit you carry in your tack bag.
I did. It's my EDC video that I did last year.
Oh yeah, that was last year though.
Yeah.
Man,
You were using a different bag for that one, right? Wasn't that
No.
one the Coyote tan bag? Oh, it was the black one?
Yeah. This one.
Kingpin, you know you can speak up, right?
Yeah. The tan bag was my get home bag that fell apart due to the sun.
I am not responsible for where this conversation goes. I'm really not.
hey man, come on, man. We gotta have fun, dude. It's Sunday, bro.
That's the whole fucking point, man.
Let's take this to another level.
Oh, please
What's
do.
the major difference between Scottish whiskey and Irish whiskey?
Oh shit. There we go.
Oh, fuck.
Man, you just went there.
Do we really want to go there?
One gets you drunk, the other one gets you drunk and makes you uglier. You take your pick.
You know why we invented whiskey, right? Whiskey was invented to make women look pretty.
Well, here in the part of the country where I live, we had a large Scotch-Irish immigration thing that came around in the early to mid 1700s, and they brought some of their distilling methods and techniques with them, and I think that's where a lot of us get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences in how it's done. And gorillas and guns, you can conceal very easily in a kilt. It's not hard to do, man.
Yeah,
Really
and your chem light too. I mean, seriously, you can be seriously tactical with that shit.
Bald and curious, I saw a whiskey review on YouTube of that black box stuff you drank.
Well, actually, guys, I found out that there's there is a large distillery that sells all of the rest of the whiskey to other people, other companies or whatever.
The biggest difference between Irish whiskey and Scottish whiskey is usually what kind of barrel it's distilled in and what it ages in. That's one of the biggest differences. That and the type of mash and stuff like that. That's your biggest difference.
So is the I mean, it is usually the kind of ingredients a little different because you're more northern, right?
Yeah.
And Ireland is southern, right? So I mean, you're probably some of your ingredients might have a different taste or
Yeah, and the taste also comes from the type of barrel it's aged in too.
So what kind of barrels do they use over there?
Majority of it's oak barrels, but it'll depend. But most of it, usually the majority is gonna be a good oak barrel.
Okay, I can punch in. I'm trying to get in here, Willie. I can shed some light on that particular subject of some recent videos I've been watching. The Irish whiskey, their regulations in whiskey is a big thing, guys. Don't let nobody tell you any different. The Irish definition says wood barrels, so they can use any kind of wood anywhere, whatever. Okay, so the Scots, they use a lot of American white oak barrels that are used. But in America, American white oak barrels, bourbon, if it's classified as a bourbon, it's got to be 51% corn. It has to be aged in a new American white oak charred barrel. Well, that being said, a lot of your Kentucky distilleries are having these barrels made, and they're not cheap, and they can only use them one time. So what do they do with them? They sell them to a lot of the distilleries in Scotland.
Oh, I see.
So Jack Daniels grinds a lot of theirs up for smoking chips. They sell them whole. So there's a lot of another thing that a lot of Scottish distilleries will use are casks that have been used for doing different types of wine. So a lot of your flavor profile comes from how and what kind of barrel you're aging your whiskey.
And I'll tell you this. I don't know if I can make it happen or not, but I'll try. If you guys want, I'll try and get my brother on one night. He is a huge whiskey drinker, and he's actually toured a lot of distilleries. So he's seen a lot of different processes throughout Scotland and the various ones that do it certain different ways. So if you guys want, I can try and get him on here one night.
Oh, so it's so there's a lot of mom and pop store people that have they make also whiskey over there. Not just
there are some places that have been around for a couple hundred years and they're still there.
Oh my God!
No,
I bet you that's even a much better spirit than
hundreds of years.
Yeah.
They've got stills in Scotland that are 500, 600 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
They've been there a long time, man.
Yeah, so I can imagine that the quality of whiskey in those distilleries are 10 times better than a Jameson,
Well, Jameson's Irish.
Oh, it's Irish. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean,
Oh man, there goes the fucking Mexican again.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't ask me, fucker. Don't get up.
Fucking Mexican. God damn it. It's like a fucking soccer game. Here, let me fall over.
You still whoop your ass, right?
Oh.
You whoop your ass.
Michael Ray, I have been in one particular distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
The first distillery reactivated after Prohibition here in the United States. So,
Wow, that's really cool, man.
so Garage Guy 879, are you in around the Lexington, Kentucky area? There's a cooperage there that makes all the barrels for Jack Daniels. George Dickel makes their own. And for a guy that don't drink, why does this whiskey talk keep coming up in these?
Right?
It's very interesting and it's very historic, and I just
I'm not mad at Mario, man. I can never be mad at Mario. He's my favorite fucking beaner.
That's right.
And I do know more than one beaner, so yes, he is my favorite beaner.
Wow, I feel blessed, I guess.
yeah, Scotsman, I'd love to have your brother on that. That history is very interesting.
Yeah, I'll see if I can try and make it happen. We may have to adjust the time of the chat for it, just depending. Just obviously the time here is not the same time there, so
All
I'll
right.
see if I can try and make it happen one night, and we may have to adjust the time a little bit.
So, quick recap. What you were saying, Jay. So you're saying the bourbon has corn, right?
Yes.
Okay. In whiskey, what does it have? Rice, or what?
No.
What does it have? Barley. I don't know.
You have two schools of thought. Now, your commercial distilleries will use what we call a all grain mash, and that is generally a mixture of corn, rye, barley, and sometimes oats or wheat. Wheat is better than oats, but you're liable to get anything in there. The thing about barley and rye too, corn too, if it's quote unquote malted, it produces its own enzymes to turn the starch in those grains into sugar. The sugar is what ferments.
So that's how Old English got started then, huh?
No.
You see, now you're just trying to stir it up, man. You're trying to stir it
I'm just messing with you guys.
up, fucking Mexican.
Up here in the mountains, not far from where I live, basically what they do is just corn and sugar.
Oh, okay.
Rye adds a particular flavor, and I like a nice rye whiskey. I do. But if you've never had a good Islay Scotch or an Islay whiskey, that's where it's at. And basically, what that is it's a very smoky, peaty whiskey, and it goes great paired with a good pipe or a nice cigar. It's awesome.
Okay.
And
Not cheap, but it's awesome.
what he means by Islay, that means it's actually distilled on the islands around Scotland, off the coast of Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little ones all around.
And rye adds a good bit of spiciness. When I drank, I was a bourbon sour mash kind of guy. When you start talking about American whiskeys, you start getting into a lot of different rules and regulations about the wood, the mash bill, so forth and so on. You can see all bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskey is bourbon. To truly be a bourbon, it's got to be made in Kentucky. Like I could take the exact same recipe that one of the fancy distilleries in Scotland uses, and I could make it here in the States with the exact same ingredients that I ordered from Scotland and had shipped over here, but it wouldn't be Scotch whiskey because it wasn't made in Scotland. Then
Yeah, it's like there's a really good one. Oh hell, CB. What's the name of the one from South Africa? Or, I can't remember now.
Mandela.
That one is really good, but they can't call it a whiskey because of where it comes from. So it's technically a bourbon. Bourbon, sorry.
Bourbon?
So they can't call it whiskey, but yeah, it's what's the name of that one? Is it Amaroot or something like that?
Like Ammerhein or it's got like a weird Dutch name to it. It's I can't fucking remember now.
Would it be Baines Cape?
No.
That's what came up when I started looking it up.
I'd have to ask Eric. Eric's had it, and he really likes it. But they can't call it whiskey because it didn't come from Scotland. So they have to call it. There's a lot of particulars involved when it comes to
So whiskey originated in Scotland, right? Or originated in that area, like
if
Ireland.
you're talking to a Scotsman, they invented whiskey. If you're talking to an Irishman, they invented it. If you're talking to somebody from Kentucky, they invented it.
Okay, got it. So everybody's ignorant as fuck. I get it. Got it.
No, they just differ in opinion.
It's real simple. It's real simple, Battle Bean. We invented the fucking shit.
Well, I
Everyone
figured
else is
out you
fucking
guys
wrong.
are longer. You guys
Okay.
are throwing rocks at each other and shit. Like, hey man, I think this is good. Try it. Oh yeah.
Rum is distilled from molasses.
Yeah, rum comes from Puerto Rico, right?
sugar cane. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got really stupid out of rum. I started doing moves I didn't know I had. It's like, man, I know how to dance. Damn, go ahead now.
But I can drink all kinds of whiskey, but me and tequila don't get along.
Yeah, I don't like tequila. I don't like vodka either. Vodka gives me a
Okay.
fucking
I can
headache.
tell you where tequila comes from. They squeeze the sugar water out of agave
Yep.
and distill it.
And those things are they're actually guarded. You know, like they have like an armed security team when it convoy from the place where they grow it to the distillery. It's trippy, man. Like, can't believe a plant is that expensive, but you know, it is.
Yep. It's kind of like pineapple, but just a lot older because you got your different ages of pineapple. Your 3, 4, and 5 year old, which affects their flavors. Well, with the agave, it's usually anywhere 25 to 50-year-old agave by the time they actually harvest it.
Yeah.
And they have some places where they can start harvesting it around 10 or 15 years, but it's a long process.
Pat, I love you, man, but fuck you. Yes, we did. We invented it. And yes, if you want to go that far and call it a fucking skirt, you know, whatever. Get it right, man. It's a kill.
Yeah, it's only a skirt if you wear something underneath it.
Those damn West Covina guys, I tell you.
Although whenever I'd be asked by a female, what are you wearing under that? Shoes and socks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or bad girls know, good girls ask.
See, good girls ask, bad girls check.
Damn, man. You came out of nowhere with that one, homie.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Vanessa Kitty, molasses comes from the sugar cane, and the sweetness in the mash or wort or whatever you want to call it comes from the molasses. But once you get that distilled, yeah, and Pat, the Scotch might have invented it, but George Dickel, Jack Daniels, and Jim Beam perfected it. Just saying. Some of that stuff, though, guys, especially Scotch, that stuff is unbelievably expensive. I saw a wild turkey the other day. An ad for a wild turkey. It's barreled in bond, Master Distiller's Keeper is what they call it, and it's $160 for a bottle. But it's 17 years old, and some of that Scotch gets up into the thousands of dollars for a bottle. Like that French wine, I wouldn't give you a plug nickel for any of that stuff. But yeah.
Yep. It's it's like you start talking, the Johnny Walker Blue and stuff like that. You're up there $160 a bottle for that.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I know when I did some research about a year or so ago on different Scotch whiskeys, they've had bottles sell for like $1 million at auction. Stupid shit. It was like from like 1910 or something like that. Or 19s, yeah. So better part of 100-year-old bottle, but like,
damn,
stupid expensive.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, what are you gonna do with a bottle that old? I mean, you're gonna drink it away? I don't know. It's just like when people buy that Dom Perignon, fucking super old stuff. I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do with old champagne? I don't get it.
Champagne and wine taste to me like gym socks, sweaty gym sock smell. Like I don't know how. And same thing with beer. I don't know how beer became a thing. I can't drink that stuff. Alcohol, I
mean, it has a required taste. I mean, I can only drink like wine with like certain stuff, like with pasta or something like that. Because if you eat it with something else that doesn't kind of like match it, it just tastes like shit, really, to me.
Well, to me, champagne especially. I've never understood champagne. And I'd go out to bed and breakfast with girls, and they want to do mimosas. This is nasty. How do you drink freaking this crap? I like I'll deal with orange juice, get rid of the champagne, throw in some vodka. Okay, I get it. But mimosas were just nasty. Champagne in general, can't do it.
Yeah, you got different types of champagnes too that are going to be like your beers that you know how some beers you got your hoppy ones on down the line. Well, you got your dry or like the demi-sec, the sec, and so on, where how dry it is will affect its general sweetness. But yeah, if you want to try a wine, this is one that I recommend. It's common year and it's got like chocolatey undertones with it, and it's not too tanniny, but it's relatively dry.
Where's that made at?
This is Chile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's first time I had one was when I was down there on my second deployment, and it's just a whole new level of frickin' wine. Yes, I know, but still. Going to get a cookie. Sorry, Scott.
Oh my God. I didn't have me. Excuse me. That's cool, bro. I'm glad you got to check out different cultures. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Chilean wines and stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely a good choice there.
Yeah, some wines I could totally do some wine, but if you couple it with a food, and it has to be coupled right with a food, especially.
Yeah.
To just sit around and drink wine, give me moonshine instead.
I mean, we have a lot of wineries here where I'm at, because I mean it's this wine country over here. We have them even in farmlands, like people have their own, stuff that they make, for the most part, they're pretty good. I've always preferred the red wine over the white wine. To me, it's just the white wine is a little too sour. To me, the red one is just, it tastes a lot better. Not really big on the white wine.
Garage guy said Jack Daniels and Pepsi. Old man Jack's spinning in his grave right now, bud.
Yeah, it should be cooked.
That's just that's heresy.
No, Chardonnay with Mountain Dew.
God. What the fuck? It's been a while since you went through the side chat. You want to jump through the side chat, Alan? Go through there. We got lots of people.
See, you guys talk shit about me. Look how ignorant this fucker is.
Shut the fuck up, man. We're not talking to you right now.
Wow. Wowzers. Yeah,
you want to go through the side chat,
been hopping, absolutely hopping. Andrew Hondo, of course, the leather-clad, bald and curious, Garage Guy 879, Gorillas and Guns, HNX Media, the Tactard, Josh Benware, Keith Gregory, Red October, Reloading from the Hot Pot, Thor's Act, Kitty, Walter Davis, West Covina Dodge. It's been just absolutely hopping over there.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. We'd love to keep it going, but some of the guys have got to jump off, which is fine, understandable. I hope everyone has a fantastic Memorial weekend, and remember what it's about. It is not about sales and stuff like that. Yes, there's some really good sales out there. Jump on them if you can, but it's not about that. Remember those that have paid the ultimate price. Remember those that still serve for us today and help us achieve the freedom that we have. That is one of the biggest things. If you see a veteran, thank a veteran. Sometimes they'll get pissed off about it, but you know what? I've always said, you might get pissed off, man, but I'm still going to thank you. Because you took the time to serve and put your life on the line for me. So, with that being said, we'll start going through the room, and we'll start with the freaking Mexican.
Excuse me. Me? Okay. Hi. How you doing? No, man. Hey, great chat, guys. It's always good to see my friends and all my friends in the side chat. Thank you guys. You guys always make my Sundays whenever I get a chance to get in here. Thank you, Scotsman. Thank you, everybody in the panel. Appreciate you guys' friendship, and you guys are always awesome. And so if anything, I'll probably be on the 25th. I'll probably go into cemetery, either go and see a couple of my friends here locally, or going all the way up to Exeter, which is about an hour and a half away from me, and going and seeing Daniel Unger and paying my respects. So if you guys can, just go over there, put a flag, put a flower on a veteran's gravesite. It means a lot. So that's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely, man. Always good to see you. Appreciate you showing up. Kingpin.
Thanks for having me. Always good to see everybody out in the chat. Always an honor to be with the panelists. You guys all have a great night.
Short and sweet. Good to see you, man. Always appreciate you being here. My bearded brother, CB.
Had to make sure, because Jamie's got, one heck of a nice beard too. So
yeah, he makes us all, he puts us all to shame.
Well, like Mario said, spend time with your family, and if that special someone you've lost, or think of a meal or a drink that they really enjoyed, and have that in honor of them. It's going to be a solemn day, but nobody said that it shouldn't at least be a good day for you one way or the other. So, but everybody have a good, safe weekend, and just go from there.
Awesome. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you showing up. And my other bearded brother, Jamie.
Well, I just want to say thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for having me. And all you guys on the side chat, y'all been rocking it out. Thank you for being here. And it's been an honor and a pleasure. Check us out on Friday nights on the Georgia Shooting Connection channel, Friday nights at 8 o'clock. And check us out on the Reloaders Network, Discord, and Headspace. You can get in touch with us all over there. So it was pretty cool having loads of bacon on with us Friday night. So thank you, guys.
It's good to see him. Definitely good to see him. All right. Alan, what you got, brother?
Oh, man, I'm really glad that we had this tonight. It's been an absolute honor to have the panel that we've had. Absolute honor. And, it's hard to be the worst looking guy in the room, but somebody's got to do it. The side chat's been absolutely hopping all night. I want to thank everybody that was out there. Kingpin threw out a couple of really good links with the 22 kill, and also a link for the Active Heroes Justin's final mission. Just another way that we can help everybody integrating back into the life that we know that they provided, that they protected, that they were able to give to us by the service that they provided. So check that out and do everything you can for that. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be making some advances on the pistol range, but until then, keep the magazines loaded and one in the chamber.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Guys, thank you again. Remember, if you know someone needs some help, reach out to them, talk to them. Again, we have not just a number as well, free service for veterans. Make sure you guys share that around. And with that being said, y'all have a great, safe weekend. And remember why we're here. Appreciate y'all. Later.
Jamie.